The first goal is acute stabilization. And of course, ER personnel and paramedics do this all day long as they encounter people who are in trauma. As your employees return, you're probably going to find that some have had some earth-shattering experiences. Maybe they've had to drain their bank account or go on to credit, or maybe they've even lost a loved one due to coronavirus. So if you have somebody that is in your office that is bleeding out, the first thing you need to do is attend to them and their immediate needs however you can. You need to apply emotional first aid so that they can get back to a place where they're at least stable. The second thing is to mitigate critical incident stress as a result of whatever injury has been sustained and is also in view. Now in the ER, this might sound like we're taking care of your child. We've called your sister and she's going to come pick her up. Or perhaps, is there anybody that you want us to call? So it's the stress around the incident that has been traumatic that you're trying to deal with. Now, again, as people return to work, trying to lower the stress in your building is going to be very important. So don't expect that people are going to come back and get to 100% efficiency or effectiveness as they were before. The fact is, the amount of stress that's floating around in people's world just because everything has been upset, their routines, all the different expectations on them, the news, all of this is creating a big ball of stress. And so anything you can do to reduce that and be a little kinder and gentler about the expectations you have for people, that's going to help a lot reducing some of that stress that's going on around them. In a post-COVID lockdown world, people are going to begin to realize the extent of their losses and impacts, and this is probably going to be a rolling shockwave. So mitigating and preventing escalating distress is going to be something that's going to last for a while. In fact, you probably need to monitor for contagion of stress. There are people who are going to bring in all of their worries, and as they talk about them in the workplace, it might trigger other people and cause them to escalate. I have a friend who owns a business, and he's having to deal with an employee who's coming in and ranting about this being the end of the world, and it's working other employees up. And so he's had to create some alternate work opportunities and hours for him, different job tasks for him to kind of get him out of that realm of affecting other people. Critical incident stress management offers you an opportunity to triage, right? It's the ability to look and see what needs to be done in priority order and get those resources in place. Now, compassionately surveying the damage is something that you're going to have to do as you look at the different people's lives in your office. You can do that with your HR professional or office manager too, but you want to get your office up and functioning as rapidly as possible. Now, there's no guarantee or assumption that as people share their needs and you find out what is going on in their life, that you can or should solve those things in their life. That's not what we're talking about here. But you do want to take time and allow for time for people to process everything that's been happening in their life. Don't think of this as people being lazy or inefficient. This is a part of how you help them reintegrate into life as it moves forward for them. So there's basic techniques you can use, and as a physician, you already know these things. Having the warmth and compassion and thoughtfulness and calmness and confidence and observation skills, you have this as a physician, but here's some things that you might want to consider.